So let's check out the cards. How does that sound and how does that work? You need to carefully insert this in the socket and apply some force. As I mentioned, now it's all patched internally, so you need to adjust some of the knobs. I'm suspecting that there is some high resonance, so let's change that. Okay, the BBD is also present. Another card, the Drone Master. Yeah, let's see the Drone Master. Come on. Yep, it's all really droney to me. As previously, we need to adjust some of the parameters. Oh, see, the cool thing is that because it does not remember the position of parameters, you will get a different sound each time you inject this card. You'll have to find it. Can you hear that? That's what I'm talking about. It's just so immediate, alright? Just a few twists and we are getting this super cool sounds. Alright, let's check out some other cards. Let's see what the space computer is all about. Okay. Yep. Sounds about right. Sounds like a space computer. Good name, America Synths. Alright, I think we have enough of space computer. Let's check out the droid breakdance. Sounds promising. Yep. Let's inject. Oh yeah, thank you very much. Yep. Yeah. That does sound quite interesting. Alright, you get the idea, right? Yeah, it's also nice. I think there's one more left. There are 5 of them. LPG Techno. Yeah, let's ease with the feedback here. Let's slow it down. Okay. So now we have a totally empty patch, nothing connected, except the final out up here. There is a small change. As you can see, I have connected the small stereo jack adapter to the upper stereo out in here with some aid of other adapters, and I'm having the stereo spread in the panorama so we can enjoy some stereo action. But I want to focus on some basic patching to show you how simple and inspiring this instrument could be. So let's start simple, okay? I would like to use the second VCO as the sound source. So I'll connect the shape out, because this is the more interesting one, and I'll put it through the first LPG, so that's where the input is. And the LPG will go to a BBD in here, and the BBD out will be connected to the mixer 2 first input right there. Now, in order for this to work, we need to animate the LPG somehow. So I'll connect the EG1 out to the LPG CV in here, and I'll make it cycle so it just works by itself. So now I can vary the LPG, which is looped, and manipulate the times with the attack and decay. Also, I can use the LPG, so now it works like a filter, the LPG one. If I wanted to work it as a VCA, I just flick that, and I could use a trigger instead of the looping mode. I can connect the gate out from the melodic sequencer line from the drum sequencer, and I can, for instance, use that to trigger the first EG. Let's stick it into the trigger in socket, and now I can also use the CV out from the drum sequencer and apply it to VCO number 2. I need to connect my CV out to the volt per octave on VCO 2. Now that's more like it, right? Let's adjust the VCO tuning, and let's hear what the shape does to the sound. Many different timbres can be found here. Now what I can do, I can connect the pulse out from the first VCO and connect it to the linear FM. This is the FM that modulates the VCO2. So let's hear how does that FM patch sound like. I'm connecting the pulse out to the linear FM input here, and that's where I'm controlling the amount of this linear FM. Let's experiment with the octave switches. Sounds cool to me. Now, what I can do is, I can change the shape of the VCO2 with a sequencer. That's where the sequencer is. But in order for this sequencer to work, I need to apply some clock to it. So let's do that. Clock in, and this clock will be clocked by the pulse out from the mod section. You can hear it starts working. By the way, you can also apply audio signals in here, and when you set it to 2 steps, then it becomes a really cool wave shaper. Alright, so now we need to take the CV out of the sequencer and stick it into the shape CV, and we can adjust the steps on sequencer, maybe slow it down a bit, so it's just changing the shape on each of the steps, as you can hear right now. Now let's hear the BBD in action. Now it's fully wet. Let's change the timing. As you can hear, all the artifacts are there because we are in the most open, rightmost position. Let's crank up the feedback. Yeah. In the shorter times, Sometimes it sounds like a spring reverb. Like now, almost. It does sound more like a spring reverb when you make some percussive patches with it. With the LPGs. Maybe we'll get there in a second. And you can also vary the speed. So let's do that. Let's apply some modulations from the sine output, from the LFO, to the time CV on the BBD. All right. So yeah, it's even more interesting. We can speed up the modulation, maybe slow it down. Let's try it. Now, instead of fixed modulation rate, I can use the clock-in with a pattern from drum sequencer. So it's not regular. As we look down here at the modulation section, we have a noise. Let's connect this noise to the second LPG in right there. And let's connect that LPG out to a second in on the mixer. And now let's trigger that second LPG with a looped EG from here. The output and the input on the LPG. Yep. But what if in place of the looped EG we will use the trigger again from the drum sequencer and see what this does? Okay? Now, we can use another CV on that LPG right here. So we can modulate that LPG with another signal. Notice that the switch on the second LPG is in the VCF position. So now I can use that second LFO from drum sequencer down here, and I can connect it to the second input on the EG. Let's see what this does. Can you hear that? Let's adjust the mix on that. And maybe adjust the EG. And let's just go ape. Let's just go crazy. All right, let's crank up the BBD. Woo! Let's just fly away. And what about if just for fun, I'll try to insert a random preset card in here. Let's see what happens. Yeah! That's great. I just got some really cool glitchy groove. It's crazy how fun this system is. I just can't get enough of it. As you can hear, I just can't stop, really. Please, take me away. I wasn't really thinking it's gonna stay with me because I have a huge system, over 130 modules, and you know, a PICO system, but it definitely stays with me. and probably it will become a centerpiece of my live rig, as I mentioned before. And this is nothing like the previous PICO systems. This is next level. So definitely check it out. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, if you found it useful, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Wishing you all the best in the new year. Straight from Warsaw, Little Modular. Take care.